What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and let's get into the charts. Could Bitcoin hit 48,000? We've talked about that number for a couple weeks now as a possibility. Does that mean it's going to hit? Absolutely not. We're going to take a look at the areas to watch for. Although we could hit the 48, I don't see it going much higher other than what I'm going to explain here in the charts. We're going to look at the daily, then we're going to go down to the 4-hour, look at the same charts we've been watching, and see what's going on. That sounds good to you? Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. I'm curious to see what other stock or crypto you would like me to go over. If you leave that in the comment below, I'll go through whichever one's getting the most requests. I will put in tomorrow's video. All right, let's get into it, guys. Is this... Okay, the one thing I want to explain here, I still think there's new lower lows in the big picture, in the macro. I know everybody's getting extremely bullish. We've had this all happen before plenty of times in the mini Bitcoin cycles, which I still believe that this is just one big cycle that has ended the bull rally up here, and we are still in a bear market, in my opinion. When bubbles pop, they always come back to where they began. Bitcoin's began right in here, right? I do think it's a very good possibility still that that's where we're headed. But let's look at what's going on right now. So I told you guys, you can go back and watch my videos. If we broke this trend line, would be a good place to long up to 42.5. That being the 0.5 fib at 42,255, right? So we broke that, and I said the next level that we would look for as a possibility would be the 0.618, which is right here at the 48.6 range, right? So as if we can hold support on this. Now, on the daily chart, there's really not a trade here. Once we go down to the smaller time frames, obviously there could be trades. But as of right now, if you were to be looking for a trade on the daily, possibly look for a retest at the 42,250. And if it does get a bounce there, could be a good place for a long. If it breaks, could be a good place for a short down to this 39.5, right? That's where I'd be looking for support. If it does come back and get a successful retest of the 39.5, we could still get up to that 48 to 50K range, which is nothing more than the golden pocket from this swing high to this swing low, right? Looking at the big picture, this just looks like a retracement of this dump, right? With more downside to come. I've talked about it for over a couple years, looking for this being an A, this whole thing right here being a wave A, then a wave B, and then we get a wave C with lower lows. I still am going to hold my numbers at 3,500 to 9,700. I have not changed that. I will not change that unless, you know, this thing continues up forever, which I highly doubt. I know a lot of people, especially new people, if you've only been in Bitcoin a couple of years, you're really excited right now. You think you're going to get rich. This is going to 200,000, 500,000. We've heard all this before plenty of times, right? Back here in 2021, people were screaming, guaranteeing $100,000 Bitcoin. And man, were people believing it. They were buying all the way up in here. And then we had this drop. And then it came back up. We broke this high. Everybody was doing it again. For sure, $100,000. Same people that are saying it again. Same people that are saying we're going to new all-time highs right now, right? People were buying up here. So these people that bought all the way up here when everybody was telling them that we were going to 100K for sure are still stuck, guys. Still at a loss, right? I do not think the time to buy is going to be until we break these lows, right? I do think that's still a very good possibility. Could I be wrong? Yes. Is this financial advice? Nope. I am telling you my honest opinion, my honest thoughts without hype and just BS, right? So anyways, watch for this. If this 42 breaks, might be a good place to short all the way down to 39.5. If it breaks below here, right, breaks below the 39.5, then you'll be, and this is on the daily, like I said, we'll go into smaller time frames. Then I'd be looking for it to come back down, test this bottom trend line here. If this breaks again down at the bottom, this trend line off of these wicks here. If that breaks, will be an awesome place to put in a big short, at least to test the lows, in my opinion. We'll see what happens there. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT. They do sponsor the channel. By far my favorite exchange. You can trade regular traditional markets on it, and you can even trade your Bitcoin against traditional markets. Like you could trade Bitcoin against gold, Dow, S&P, whatever you'd like, if you wanted to increase your Bitcoin or whatever. I am going to be putting out a promo code today on Twitter and in the Discord. The links to both are down below. I'll put a promo code out. I'm only going to post it. It'll only be good for the first person that puts it in. So make sure you have an account set up. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't even have to make a deposit. You'll get an automatic $200 on your account. You can't withdraw it, but you can trade with it and you can keep whatever you win off that, right? So again, I'll be posting that on Twitter. I'll be posting one. You'll just see a series of letters and numbers. Put that in the promo code section on your Prime account and you'll get it. All right, let's go into... Oh, by signing up with my link down below, you also get up to a $7,000 bonus added towards your margin with your deposit and 25% off your trading fees. All right, let's take a look at where we're at on the 4 hours. So this is what we were watching on the 4 hour, this rising broadening wedge, right? And this was the area I was watching. I told you if this broke would be a good place for a long. And let's zoom in a little bit here. So now if we can stay above this, now let's move this trend line up. Again, this is on the 4 hour. So if we break this, say 42,950 range, depending on where it breaks on this, it's an ascending trend line, so the price changes. But if you're watching this on your chart and we break this, would probably be a good place for a short. Put your stops just above your entry. And the next place I'd be looking for, first off, in the big picture, would be around this white trend line off of these wicks here, which would be somewhere around 38,000. Could go as low as the 37 here. Watch for a bounce on this if we get down to these levels, right? But remember, 48K is possible, and that's just a measured move from here, from the break, the widest point of the wedge, right? Put it up. And that gets us at 48, which is, again, our 0.618 fib, which is a good possibility. It's not a guarantee. A lot of times when people are expecting that to happen, it won't happen, or they'll cut it just short of it. So something to keep an eye out for. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We could look at this on the 4 hour. Let's draw in let's say this is a bull flag here, right? It could change, obviously. It could get another wick up here before coming down. But either way, if this is a bull flag, let's take a look at a measured move, or what a measured move might be on this, and see what that tells us. That would get us somewhere approximately 47.5. So let's say if we break this high, 45, look for around 47.3 to 47.5 range, right? Yeah. Otherwise, watch for a retest of this, and if it breaks this trend line here, gets back inside this wedge, then this was all a fake out, and we continue to the downside. BNB, I've talked about this for a long time, guys. Remember, once BNB breaks 202, I'm looking for 153 and then 69. If 69 breaks, they pretty much close their doors, in my opinion. And XRP, the famous pump and dump coin. Look at the big picture of XRP. There's nothing bullish about this chart. Nothing has changed about this chart. I've warned people about XRP since way back here. It can never open and close a weekly above this white trend line. Still to this day have not done that. Now, what would make me bullish on XRP? Not make me believe in it, because I don't think I'll ever believe in it unless they actually do adopt it, right? But it would have to break this 86-cent range. If it breaks 86 cents, then I was wrong and this thing is probably bullish. But unless that happens, still super bearish on that. Let's take a look at Tesla real quick. So Tesla is still getting rejected up here. As you guys know, I'm a buyer of Tesla at 50 to 60 bucks. Believe it or not, we called that 2 years ago. These 106 and 151, we put those lines in 2 years ago. These blue trend lines right here, we were looking for a bounce off each one. We didn't get it at 151. we got it at 106. And I told you if 106 broke to look for 48, 49 to 50 bucks. It did not break. We got our big bounce there. Came back, tested the 151. You can go back and check the videos. I've not changed none of this stuff. I'm still looking for us to come back down to here, though. I think this is just like Bitcoin with a big A, B, C correction coming. So be careful out there, guys. Don't forget, smash the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave your comments down below. Give me a follow on Twitter. Join the Discord. I'll be putting the free promo codes out today. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.